Good evening, everyone. Alan is representing this live session from Nordic Turns AV Facebook page, Nordic Turns AV Facebook group, and YouTube channel, where we will discuss about today study admission in Canada, and we will represent um, Director of Admissions, Eton College, Vancouver, Canada. I would like to invite Valihan Vasinov. Um, and he will talk a little bit more about why Canada, why Vancouver, and why you should choose Eton College for your professional diploma course. So let's invite Valihan.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
My name
Valihan.
is Alihan, but you just can guys call me Bell. So, nice to see everyone. Would you like me to start with the first question? Why Vancouver?
Yes, please. I would like to know as well why Vancouver in Canada.
Eton College for the past 6 months. So I really enjoying this company and being the part family of MSM Higher Education Group. It's really big pleasure and opportunity for me as well. So so why Vancouver, Canada, guys? First of all, Vancouver, it's the heart of British Columbia. This city is really beautiful and attractive for so many people around the world, as you know. So, and person like from any place around the world can find themselves here in Vancouver and British Columbia. From my perspective, I would say why I personally choose to live in British Columbia. I moved here 5 years ago for the same reason. I've been an international student. So, and I fall in love in this province and the city as well. It was my dream to come here for a very long time. And I'm really enjoying being here. And the most important thing for everyone to understand is that if you will be really passionate about your dreams, what you pursue, everything here will be achievable in Canada. Yeah. So, and Vancouver, why the Vancouver? So, Vancouver, it's the second largest city in Canada. So, but if you, from that perspective, that people might think that there is a fast pace, there is absolutely no fast pace living in a city. People living absolutely casual life and absolutely slow. So you might experience it as soon as you will come here. Another reason why the city is really attractive is because there is a nature absolutely around you, surrounding you. So if you prefer winter time and skiing, so there is a Cypress Mountain, there is a Whistler, like an hour from Vancouver. So there it takes like less than an hour to get there. The transportation is really, really affordable. And for example, if you working or if you studying in downtown area, so it takes no more than like 30 minutes to get from any part of the city to downtown. Yeah, because there is once again, transportation is really affordable in here. Also, another during the summer, so there's so many beautiful places. I would say like Banff, Jasper National Park, Cultus Lake, and others. There is so many of them, which even I haven't seen them for the past 5 years. I haven't been at all of these places. So and I mean like there is no uh, time where you can technically like thinking about that what to do here because like there are so many things to do. Yeah, and what is Eton College? So Eton College is based in downtown area. It's only like few minutes away from the mainstream Science World Station. So once again, as I mentioned, if you would live in different areas of the city to get to our campus, it takes no more than 30 minutes. So and another reason why is Eton College. So from studying perspective. Um, as I will say, I really prefer to speak like from my personal perspective and experience I've had. So because I think this will be really useful for everyone, for every student who wants to come to Canada. So I was studying not at Eton College. I would say that right from the very beginning. Yeah, but for me personally, I was studying like in Vancouver area, and I choose uh, I choose to study in Vancouver, and because first of all, it was as I already mentioned, was one of my dreams to come here, and Eton College is one of these places where institutions where which is really affordable for international students. So if you thinking of for the long journey in Canada, for staying for a long time and applying for the postgraduate work permit, the Eton College will be the best option for international students, and I will explain why. First of all, Eton College is a private college, so in order to be eligible for the postgraduate work permit, the students will have to participate in a public institution as well. So, and our public institutions is our pathway programs with them. So when students come to us with the average of 1 year program, so they are entitled for go for the pathway program with our partners such as Capilano University, University Canada West, Royal Roads University, and Vancouver Community College. And the reason why it's also easier to go through the private college than to the public institutions because you will save money on the tuitions. The average save will be around from $10,000 to $15,000. Because compare the 1 year program with Eton College is, for example, with the business administration is $10,000, and then with the Capilano University, 1 year for international students is going to cost $20,000. So in total, you will spend about $40,000 plus additional fees like student fees, application fees, when bringing it up to $45,000. So that's a huge save, especially for international students, because this money easily can go toward your accommodation, towards your life expenses here. So yeah. Why? Yeah. So like, why?
Well, I have a question here.
Sure.
Some students asking us that why they choose college instead of university, of course, for the cost. But is
Mhm.
there any difference between college and university in Canada to choose for their diploma or master degree?
So I would say from that perspective. So for international students, so if you are uh, the institution, like if you're going to university, for example, in Canada, so typically it's a real they are really big here. So with the average number of like 40, 50,000 students, right? So and for international students who has who are really, for example, let's say, for example, they struggling with English. The English is like might be like really big issue, like in the beginning for the most students when they're starting their program, and especially I would say uh, uh, about the like diversity here. So when the main opportunity to go through the private college or through the college before going for the university is that you will get better understanding about living in Canada. You will get better understanding about how you will study here and how you can implement all of your opportunities in Canada. So mainly, for example, in universities there are a huge audience, right? So minimum up, so the average is like around like 30, 40 people per class. So and there is only one professor. So and for example, if you just start your program, you start your first year, you might have some issues with the English, right? And you might struggling with the course which you take, and you need an assistance, you need a help from the professor. But unfortunately, it won't be possible for the professor to focus on you. So while colleges they offer small classes, so there might be like about 10 to 15 people maximum. So with a professor who is might be focusing on you, and when you need a help, it's easier for instructor to provide you an additional assistance during the course of the program. So this is a really big opportunity because I personally was like a little bit struggling in university for my first year because I really was needed that help. But I know that this will be really uncomfortable to to always raise your hand and always ask the questions because there is so many other people who might understand this subject very well, and I'm just going to take their time. So, which is what is not really good. So, and going through the private college to university is a really good way for the students, once again, to adapt for the system, for the educational system in Canada, to adapt for English. So you will improve your English as well. So, and then you will have that clear picture and understanding about why I have to come here, what I should do here, and
Okay, yeah, I got it. Hope the students also get the answer. But in my perspective, I agree with you that of course the college that will will improve will improve the level of English and also some other courses that he intends to go for. And then for the university, he can go for advanced level of courses if he wants to.
yeah,
Uh,
and also I wanted to. So, sorry for interrupting you, Alan. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that another opportunity, for example, to go with Eton College to the public institutions, is that with Eton College we offer the employment opportunity for the students. We have 100% rate of our students who is going for the practicum after they finish the program. So, and right now we mainly have partners in the hotel industry, in the airlines industry. So in the hotel industry, it's a really big players in around like in the world, such as Fairmont Hotel, Sloan Hotel, it's Hyatt Regency, and others. So there is a list of over like 15 hotels we have. So, and we're trying to establish this long-term relationship with these hotels because for them, that's the opportunity to have the really good professionals who are passionate about the hospitality and they really need a job. And being international student myself, I know how it's my heart without outside support to find the work here. It's really might be. It's really hard, especially like when you also live in a big city at the same time.
yeah,
And for our students, we having like the orientation first. So when they just coming on the first day, I prefer to take them in one of our hotels where they can speak with the vice president, with the office manager in the hotel. They can see the system and how people work. So when they might understand, okay, if I will be really passionate about during the course of the program, I will get a chance to get here. And yes, they will get a chance to get here because according to like instructor references, and they will tell me that this student is really doing really well and he wants to come here. I will place him in the best practicum place. And they will and also another reason is that our partners, they're not looking just for the students who wants to go for the practicum because practicum average it's between 2 and 3 months, right? So, and, but they're looking for the long-term relationships, which means that while you're studying your practicum, you're already having a job. Yeah.
yeah. That's another good point because me and you, we both know that how difficult it is to find a job after the graduation. So if you have the intern there and then you know the practical, there is a link to get a job easily. I agree.
Yeah.
Another question that I got from many students that what we are offering, is it like bachelor program or master degree program or diploma program? What we are offering actually?
We are offering the diploma programs for the students. So once again, as I mentioned, the average duration of the programs, I'm sorry, it's between 6 months and 1 year. So the average, yeah, it will be 1 year for the programs. And with this 1 year diploma program, we have the pathways to our pathways to the universities where you have to complete just another year. And also, the really important thing for students to understand is that 1 year in Canada. So in order to be eligible for the postgraduate work permit, you have to study for 2 years. But 1 year in Canada is equal to 8 months, which means that in total, if you will study for 16 months, you will be eligible for the postgraduate work permit of 3 years in Canada. Yeah.
So they can apply for 1 year degree, diploma degree, or there are some courses that we saw that in our training that it's a 2 years diploma program as well, right?
So yeah, we have one program with the 2 years. With the 2 years is tourism hospitality Canadian experience with the COPE. So the program also has that pathway because once again, the private colleges in Canada, they're not offering postgraduate work permit. So in order to if the student's looking to stay in Canada, this is really important to consider the pathway right from the very beginning when they come in, because and the path and they will be issued their welcome letters for the pathway universities once they will start the program here. So there is no that huge rush regarding like admission requirements to Eton College, and then admission that you have to submit your admission requirements for Capilano University, for example. You will start with the Eton College, and once you doing your program, you know that you want to stay for another year in Canada. Then we are preparing you for the pathway, and we're issuing the welcome letter from one of these universities. And I would say the admission requirements, they are quite the same. So with us, it's like minimum IELTS 6, or for example, if the students don't have the IELTS, they also have opportunity to pass our own English assessment test, which is for free.
Yeah, because he will be completed his degree from Eton College in English, so that should not be a problem. Next question is that what is the basic requirement for the admission in Eton College or other colleges that we are offering?
Yes, so we have our admission requirements that we are asking for high school diploma, the high school transcript, government ID, obviously it's a passport, right? And in order to issue the letter of acceptance, the students have to pay the 50% for the tuition fees. So depends on the program. The averages will be, so for example, if the average cost of the program is $10,000, you will pay $5,000 upfront, and the remaining 50% could be paid in 3 or 4 installment payments. Like, which means you don't need to pay the total amount right away. It could be paid during the course of the program. So, which also makes it easier for the students to consider to come to Canada, because some of the institutions, they may require, in order to issue the letter of acceptance, in order to come to Canada, they have to pay the full amount for the first year, which might be really tough because the prices for international students in Canada are really high compared for domestic students, for example.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
also,
so
oh, sorry, I just forgot to mention. Yeah, and also there is an application fee, which is $125. So what students pay up also.
maybe some bad connection. Maybe we lost some of your voice for the bad connection. Well, can you repeat it again, maybe?
Yes, so I just was mentioning the application fee, which is $125. So what students have to pay once they apply for any of the programs, and then we can start to collecting the documents, working toward the application process. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the students asking that how long it will take for the application and when to apply.
It doesn't take that. So depends on the program. Usually we have the intake for each month. So this is another attractive thing for the students, because particularly there is in institutions, there is an intake starts like May, September, January, right? So we have the intakes for each month. And if the students, for example, want to start, let's say from September, I will suggest to start as minimum as like 3 months prior, because we will finish from our side, we will finish the admission process very fast. But in order to make sure that the students, there will be any delays regarding the visa application, so applying for the visa, because this process may take very long time. Sometimes it might be a few weeks for someone, or it might take a few months as well. So, and I also suggest so that they will apply earlier, and they will get their visa, and they will come to Canada as minimum as like 2-3 weeks before the start of the program, so they can figure it out everything, and will get into the studying process a little easier. Yeah.
Okay, so if someone wants to keep the session for the May, they have to start application like in December last year. Then he can join the program, right?
Sorry, once again, can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, if he wants to apply, or if he wants to take the mate intake, he can start the application process from December, maybe.
Even so, like even it's I would say it's also really depends by the country, but the average, yeah, it's between 2 to 3 months. So because from our side, as soon as we will receive the application, the student will pay application fee. Then, in a matter of 2 business days, we will issue the offer letter. The offer letter where it says the amount which needs to be paid for the first 50% of tuition, and then the remaining balance as well. So, and once the student pay the 50%, then in a matter of 2 business days, our admission department will issue the letter of acceptance to the students. So the whole process may take no longer than a week if everything doing accordingly. Like, yeah, even less
Okay.
than a week, I would say.
Okay. Okay. Then we know. Okay. Then we have yeah. As you say, that there are three intake. One is in January, another is in May, and in September.
Mhm.
Uh, Usually, if people like get admission and get the visa,
Mhm.
then is there any accommodation that is provided by Eton College, or is there any
So
help they will get?
this is what we are currently working right now, because this was one of the biggest issues I addressed to our vice president. I said that I keep receiving the questions from the students regarding the accommodation, because first of all, students and their parents, they might be really concerned about where their kids will live while they're studying here. Because when you're coming here, it's not a really easy process to find the accommodation, because uh, you will have to sign a contract, you have to meet with a landlord, and then you have to sign. So like, and it's not guaranteed that you might get it, because you are the if they will choose between international student, and they will need to choose between the citizen and the international student, they will choose the citizen. So that's
Yeah.
why it's really important to start for us to provide the accommodation. And I promise that by the end of this month, this question will be finished, because we provide the accommodation for our Mentor College in Toronto. So, and we are currently working with the Eton College as well. So, yes, I will, as soon as we will establish this program for accommodation, I will share that information with Alan. So, and this will be on our website as well.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. I think it's time to get some questions from the students,
Mhm.
and I can start with here. One student write BBA in HRM 2013 and MBA in 2018. I have 8.5 years job experience in sales, business development, logistics operation. Is it possible to apply masters in supply chain with this profile? As we
Mhm.
are not offering any master's program, but any diploma, is it relevant with any diploma courses for him?
So you can apply. So even if, well, without that experience and that degree, you can apply for our diploma programs. That's the thing. Unfortunately, we don't have the masters in supply chain. So we have 13 different programs in hospitality, flight attendant preparation, and business administration. So we can go over that. I can share that information for each of the program. But unfortunately, yeah, I couldn't provide information because we don't have the masters. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. Okay, then good evening. I have passed LLB and my LLM is going on. What should be the pathway for me to move to Canada for higher study and profession? That's a very difficult question actually to answer. Um,
Once again, what is the LLB?
it's a Bachelor of Laws.
Bachelor. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there any course related with the laws?
So no, unfortunately, we're not offering anything related, the course related to law. It's mainly will be with the high institutions like universities where they offer law, because the law is a really specific program. And it wouldn't be just the diploma program. It will be the
Yeah.
bachelor program, right? It's minimum for like 4 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are not offering that for those. But regarding the question, what should the pathway for me to move to Canada for higher study and profession? As I already mentioned, that you can apply for the diploma programs with us for the 1 year, and then you will go for the pathway to one of our universities, where after the graduation, after 2 years of studying, you will be eligible for the postgraduate work permit.
Yeah, that can be a pathway, because if he can just first go to Canada with a professional degree like a diploma, and then he can study in our accredited university directly, and
Yes.
then yeah, and then he can start his career. So I would like to contact with you, the audience, and you can send an email to service@norditrans.se. Then we will help you. Okay, then another question. I have completed 3 years past course, then 2 years duration master course in 2012. So is it possible for me to go to Canada for pursuing my MEd as I'm a primary school teacher? Is there an education program for the
Okay.
teachers? There's no.
So no, unfortunately, there is no programs like for the teachers. I would say particularly. Yeah. So, but with the question regarding the 3 years passport. Yeah. So anyone, yeah, Mr. Diderot Alam. So absolutely everyone is welcoming and could be. Is possible for everyone to go to Canada, no matter if you have a degree or you don't have a degree. As long as you have your higher degree from your home country, of course, there will be the easier process, and you will have to contribute less toward to staying in Canada. For example, it might be post-bachelor diploma programs, which is only 2 year program, right, or 1 year program, depends. But once I mentioned that it must be minimum of 16 months, so which means that post-bachelor diploma programs, it will be the best option for you to consider if you are planning to stay in Canada for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice, nice. And the other alum, I would like to add more things like you're eligible for the professional diploma degree, and then you can go to Canada, and then from the university you can have a Master of Education degree or maybe another bachelor or diploma degree to be a primary school teacher or a school teacher in Canada. But in developed countries like in Sweden or Finland, even if you have experience with this schooling facilities in Bangladesh or India or somewhere, you have to take another degree here. When you come over here, you have to take a professional degree. It calls 3 years technical degree, and then you can be a teacher. Otherwise, no. Even if you have a 15 to 20 years experience in teaching, nobody will hire you as a school teacher because of the curriculum of the education. It's different here. And in
Yes.
Sweden, I can talk about Sweden or Nordic countries. Here, always there are 3 years technical degree. No matter how good you are teaching or how what's the diploma courses you have, but you have to take another degree here from their educational curriculum activities. Then you can teach for your info. Okay, that's in Bangla, but I can in English. But he asked the question in Bangla without IELTS, if he can come. No, we
Uh,
have a yeah,
yeah,
please.
so actually they can come without IELTS, as I mentioned. So if you don't have the IELTS test on you, or you didn't pass the IELTS test, you still can apply with our English assessment test. Once you will submit the application fee, submit the application form, then we will send you the English assessment test, which is for free. It's with Eton College. So it takes about like 40-45 minutes. And then once you will take this test, we will see the results, and then you will meet the minimum grade of 70%. So then, which means that you passed, and then we will consider you for the admission requirements, and then we'll start collecting your documents. Yeah, so this is another thing which is really could be attractive for the students, because if you, in order to take the IELTS test, you might take the courses first, so you might have to pay some additional fees first of all to prepare for the IELTS, and then to pay the fee to take this test. So it might be additional cost. If
Yeah.
you want to, if you were looking to consider to avoid this additional cost, you always can take this English assessment test for free with us, because as I said, this is the only requirement from the international student we are looking for.
Just one question about this: if he or she takes the English assessment test from you from Eton College, is there any problem with the visa or resident
No,
permit?
there is no problem, because the boarding officer, so how they consider the visa, considered, so refuse or not review the visa is only the letter of acceptance. So, and they're looking from the institution, so they, when your start date and when is the finish date. So they are not looking for your IELTS test or for your English assessment test.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Nice. This is in Bangla, but I can translate. Um, he passed SSC exam in arts, and then he has a computer science technology diploma. He wants to come to Canada with a diploma degree, and if he can come or not.
Yes, absolutely. So, as we already mentioned during the previous question, that if you have the degree from the home country, you can always apply for the the post-bachelor programs. But if you're looking to, as I mentioned, that the easiest way to come to Canada and to save money on the tuition fees is to go through the private college and then go for another year to institution, because institutions charge really a lot per year. So the average is $20,000 a year. We are charging $10,000 a year. That's the minimum for 1 year program. Depends on any of the programs, like business administration, hospitality management, travel tourism management, and flight attendant preparation. So yeah, this is if students are looking to save money and uh, to use it for in different way, I would say. So yeah, it will be the best option. And another reason to go through the private college, as I mentioned, is that you will get an additional support. Plus, from like with Eton College, you also have the opportunity to find a job, because I said we have 100% rate for the practical placement for the students after graduation.
Yeah. Um, Here is another question. I have 11 years of banking experience. What will be a suitable degree for me in Canada right now?
So if there's a backend experience, I would say definitely related to finance, right? So like business administration,
Yeah.
MBA, and we have these programs and the pathway programs to our universities for the business administration. So, but for example, if you're looking, for example, to get in the degree in another field, for example, like back in Russia, I had the degree in public relations and advertising, and I decided I will go for the international business. So it wasn't like related to my previous degree at
No.
all, but I still could apply for the post bachelor degree because I have a degree. So that's the requirement. So and then by the time when you finish, you as a professional in banking with 11 years of in banking experience, you can either consider yourself to go and work in a banking system, right? Or with a new degree, you can apply yourself in a different field if you might be interested in that. So this is another like really good opportunity for people to think that if they're looking to something new, they would like to add an additional degree to what they already have. But if you're still want to work in the financial system, the business administration will be the best option.
Yeah. Nice. Nothing to add here. Here is another question: that is it possible admit in master's program?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we unfortunately we don't have the master's program with the private institutions, with the private colleges. Sorry, so it's only with the universities. So, but once again, there's tons of different master's programs with that institutions when you go through the private college as well,
Yeah.
for which you can apply.
Yeah. Same audience here again. My another question is that is there any PhD course in Eton College for teacher? No.
Uh, no, unfortunately. So, but I already mentioned that we don't have the courses related for teaching. So there is a program. So I would say I might be able to share some information regarding this certification. Management, business administration major in travel and tourism management, business environment communication program, hospitality management, hospitality and tourism management, hospitality management and flight attendant preparation program. I will stop on this program quickly and mention. So this is the two programs combined. So you're focusing on the hospitality and flight attendant preparation program. And since February this year, we were finally eligible for the QP certification. This is the worldwide certification, which allows students who finish either just flight attendant preparation program or hospitality and flight attendant preparation program. They are eligible to work worldwide. So even, for example, after graduation, you will decide that you don't want to stay in Canada anymore. You've got your degree, got your experience. You want to come back home. So and then when you're going back home, you can easily apply to work with your airlines because you've got this worldwide certification, which is really useful right now. So, and I can also share that information regarding this certification with Alan. Also, it's Tourism Hospitality Canadian Experience with COPE, which is 2 year program and 1 year focusing on degree and 1 year on the practicum. Travel tourism and flight attendant preparation program. So it's the same program, but instead of hospitality, so you're focusing on travel and tourism. just the travel and tourism management, and the two programs in IT. It's network manager diploma and analyst programmer diploma.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. I will also share the information in the next live session about all the programs that Eton College and other institutions are offering, and there are a lot of courses, I should say, that diploma courses that they're offering, and I think that with the practical session that they have, that you have, it will be very very important and very fruitful for the students who will go there and have practical examination and practical experience that they can use in their academic career life.
Mhm.
um, I think from my perspective, there are not so many questions left, and there are other questions also here in the comment section, but I think they're not that much relevant. Most of the people know us as Nordic countries institutions service providers, so there are some people are really really surprised that we are working with the Canada, because they think that the time difference is huge. As in Vancouver it's the morning, here it's the evening, and in Bangladesh, India, it's midnight now. So
I see. Yeah, this is another beauty of working as an admissions, or like as an agent with an agency,
yeah,
is that you have to work 24 hours, 7 days a
yeah,
week. Because for me, it's like it's the same thing. I mainly working with the European market, African and Middle East. So, and that's why all of my appointments and my meetings, it's like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. So I'm like, I already get used to that. It's very, but
yeah.
yeah, at the same time, it's very interesting. Also, regarding the pathway program, I just want to quickly mention, I think it will be really interesting for the students. So, as I already mentioned, that we have this pathway with universities in Canada, and currently, right now, we are establishing our relationships with four major universities in hospitality and in hospitality industry in Switzerland. Um, so I will share that information with Alan, and it will be on our website as soon as it will be implemented, because we're currently working on the negotiating, like the final stage. So, but yes, there will be the opportunity for the students to have the pathway program to Switzerland. So,
Yeah,
and yes. So, for example, it might work back and forth. It might be work. So, for example, if you're an international student from Sweden or any other country, and you're looking to come to Canada, and after 1 year in Canada, you've got a degree, you've got your experience, cultural experience, and working experience as well. So, and then you decided, it's probably not, maybe it's not what I'm actually looking for, and I want to try myself in Europe. So, and then we will provide this pathway to four of these universities in hospitality industry, and just to say. During the last year, four of these universities were top 20 in hospitality industry worldwide. So
nice.
they're really big players, and the opportunity for the international students to go to Switzerland, for example, once they finish the 1 year program with them, they will be eligible for 1 year work permit. So, and then if they're looking to stay in Switzerland, by the time when they finish their 1 year experience, if employer is satisfied with your working, they helping you to apply to extend your work permit. So the processes will be not really tough. So which means that coming, for example, from Asia, South Asia, Europe, any other country, you're going to Canada, you're getting your experience in hospitality, you're getting a degree, and so it's really will be valuable experience for yourself, and
Yeah,
for also for the employer to understand that this student was studying and working in Canada, then he is working, studying and working in Switzerland. So yeah, this experience will be really valuable, and any employer will consider you as the best candidate. This is what I truly believe will be 100%. Yeah, but we're currently working on this, and as soon as it will be approved, I will share that information. Yeah.
yeah. Very nice, wonderful. I think many people will be interested for Switzerland as well, but then they need to get the degree first from the Eton College, and then they can be
Yeah.
accredited
Yeah.
to the program. So I will have a live session in every week, actually, by myself, about the program that Eton College has been offering, and then how we can help them, how we can take them on board with the diploma program. So thank you very much, Val, for today's session, and I really appreciate it. And I think our audience get a lot of information about studying Canada.
Yeah, thank you very much, Alan, as well. It was a pleasure for me to speak with you and with your students. So, yeah, if we would like to set up another live session, I'm more than welcome and open for this. So, yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, and have a nice Friday, and have a nice weekend then.
Thanks, you as well. Have a good night.
Yeah, bye bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah, dear audience, I think we got very good information from Valihan that how to take care of yourself for the study in Canada, and we are here to help you. And I think I believe that to start this pathway to Canada, there are a lot of students who are requesting me for last 2 years to study to start working with Canada, and then we have been starting with Canada with Eton College. And I believe that you guys, when you think about Nordic terms, you have a trust and belief with us, just like as Sweden and Norway, Finland and Denmark, as you work with us. I would like to have some quotation and from any kind of question from you guys, so that you can send email to service@nordictrans.se and we can reply you immediately. We work like that. We take your academic papers, and if we see that okay, you are ready to go for the admission process, we directly send these documents to Eton College, and then yeah, Balihan said that it just takes maybe 1 week to 1 week, or sometimes less than 1 week, just to approve the admission process if the requirement meets. And then we will start with the resident permit application. So we try to gather all the information as soon as possible with the programs that Eton College is offering. And next week we will come back. Me or Disa will come back with more information in next live session. I hope that till then you will be okay, and you will send some emails with the queries, and we are happy to help you with answering those questions. Thank you very much. Have a nice weekend, and see you again. Bye bye.